What is up, guys, and welcome back to Above the Middle, a place where we talk about all things personal development with me, Joe Gibson. So we are 1 week away in the UK from the gyms opening again. Oh my God. It's been like 3 months and I cannot even explain how demotivated I feel at this point. Like, I am really going through the trenches of end of lockdown feels, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to get back in the gym. So we want to talk about productivity this week. And as somebody who is quite driven and is quite aware as well, I have noticed a few things that I do which absolutely ruin my chances at being productive and inevitably ruin my day as well. So what we are going to talk about are 5 common pitfalls that we fall into that have the potential to absolutely ruin our days. These are true for me, so they might be true for you guys. If you're interested, keep watching, click that subscribe button, and yeah, let's get into it. So the number one thing that absolutely ruins my productivity in the day is my mobile phone. I have a really bad habit of just sitting on my phone and doing absolutely nothing. Like, I will grab my phone, I will sit there on Instagram, and I will just scroll. And that is the biggest thing that has the potential to ruin my day. Because I've spoken on my blog before about flow states, and I really want to do a video on it. But just to summarize really quickly, flow states are states which you get into where you feel completely immersed in what you're doing, and they're very good places to be if you want to be productive. The biggest thing that takes away from my productivity and takes me out of those flow states is my mobile phone, because they are like attention magnets. Like, I feel myself as soon as I grab my phone, all the energy is just sucked out of me into my phone. So my number one tip for you guys to remain productive is to put your phone away. If you aren't using it for work purposes, if what you're using it for is not helping you, then put it away. Because here's the truth about mobile phones: the app manufacturers are literally making something so that you spend more time on there. That's why TikTok and Instagram are so popular, because they're so addictive. So we really have to be aware of when we are using our phones and when they are not helping us. So put your phone away. That is tip number 1. Tip number 2 to remain productive and have a good day: be clean, be cleanly. When you wake up in the morning, make your bed. I've spoken about this before in Identity-Based Habits. James Clear talks about it in Atomic Habits. He basically says that the things that we are doing are stemming from inner beliefs about ourselves. So if you're waking up and you're moving through your day and you're leaving your flat an absolute mess, you're not cleaning your bed, you're not really looking after yourself, that's going to have an effect on your mood and therefore your day. Because if we are treating our house like some dumpster, we're going to think we're a dumpster. The behaviours that you carry out are stemming from an inner belief about yourself. And studies even show that people who are cleaner have higher levels of self-esteem and therefore have better mental health. I know it sounds really trivial being like, oh, clean your bed in the morning. But when I clean my bed in the morning and have a nice bedroom, it kind of lifts me then. I'm like, oh yeah, I have a nice place. And it gives you that little oomph, because what you are doing is nice and what you're doing is cleanly. And that reflects in your mood and that reflects in your view about yourself. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, if you're watching this in the evening, make a note: when you wake up tomorrow morning, clean your room, make your bed. Number 3, spend as little time as you can in your bed. Your bed and your bedroom should be a sacred place. Beds are beds for a reason, and it's where you sleep and it's where you rest. The biggest thing that affects my productivity and my day is the amount of time that I'm spending lazying around in my bed. And there are a few reasons why you shouldn't be doing this. Number 1, back to those identity-based habits. If you're spending time in bed and you're being lazy, that's going to reflect in your mood and the belief about yourself. If you're moving about and you're being productive, that's going to affect your mood positively. And number 2, it goes back to the phone usage thing. If you are just using it to procrastinate, then get out of your bed. When I am being lazy and I lie on my bed, I can literally feel the energy being drained out of me. Like, I can feel my productivity going to die. It is the home of procrastination. I have to avoid it. Number 4, read a book, listen to podcasts. One of the biggest things when I was going through a really tough time was listening to podcasts and engrossing myself in self-help. I'm such a big advocate for self-help, because not only is it interesting, but it gives you a perspective of somebody who is succeeding, and it motivates you. When you're reading about success stories, when you're reading about people's trials and tribulations and listening, it motivates you. It makes you feel like, I can do better. I was recently going through a bit of a difficult time, just suffering with a bit of low mood, And one of the things which I have noticed in hindsight was that I spent very little time reading and listening to podcasts. And I think that would have negatively affected my situation because I wasn't listening to people's perspectives or people who were doing well. I wasn't engrossing myself in that sort of lifestyle. I highly recommend that when you start your day, you listen to a podcast or you read a book. It's just a great way to get yourself in the zone and have a productive day. And you always feel accomplished afterwards because this goes back to the feedback loops and the identity-based habits. If you're spending your time wisely and you're engrossing yourself in self-help, that's going to positively reflect on your self-esteem because you're doing something good for yourself. Sitting on your phone, lying on your bed, does not make you feel good in the long run. It definitely doesn't for me. And that's what procrastination ultimately comes down to, is that urge to do something that doesn't feel good for you, and it will not make your day any better. So do something good for yourself, read a book, listen to a podcast. So the final one I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is a bit controversial, try not to listen to sad songs, or at least be aware of what sort of music helps you and what sort of music does not help you. So if you are like me, who is quite an emotional person and is intact with how they feel, if I'm wanting to have a good day and I'm wanting to be productive, I need to stay away from sad music. All that's going to do is bring my mood down because it's going to make me think about stuff I don't really want to think about, and I'm not going to feel motivated. You know, there is a time and a place to be sad, but when I am wanting to do work, I know that I need to listen to specific music to lift my mood. If I listen to sad songs, if I listen to depressive music, it's going to depress my mood and I'm not going to feel like doing anything. But this one is completely subjective. Studies show that some individuals find sad music calming, and if that is the case for you, then more power to you. This is just becoming more aware of what works for you and what does not. For me personally, sad songs do not benefit me that much, and if that is the same for you, then maybe you need to rethink about what sort of music you're listening to during your days. So that's it guys, just a quick one for this week. Little things do build up. So maybe sitting on your phone for a bit doesn't seem that bad, but if you're sitting on your phone, listening to sad music, lying on your bed, sitting in a really dirty house, all those things are gonna build up and they're gonna affect your day. So I hope you guys have been able to take something from this. If you did, then leave a comment. Comment with your own strategies and things that you have to avoid or make sure that you do in order to have a productive day. I hope you have a really great week. I can't wait for the gyms to reopen. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you later guys. Thanks.